Greetings, Pure of Earth. I'm Schreier.
Olma.
March.
Flynn.
And I'm your DM, Ethan. Welcome to Venture Forth. Previously, you all had discovered a note pinned to the wall of a fisherman's cabin. You guys had traced this note back to someone who possibly knows Olma and March, as they were calling you guys to come alone to the abandoned bakery in the slums of Addersfeld. You guys had, after a bit of planning and a bit of shopping, you guys had actually tracked down this abandoned bakery and entered its spooky doors. You guys looked around, but couldn't really find anything, with Kalik, Schreier, and Flynn holding back a little bit and letting March and Olma venture forward into the bakery itself. Looking around, you guys couldn't find anything, but after some investigation, found a dagger buried deep into the entrance to the cellar of this bakery. Olma and March, you guys had walked down these long stairs into the entrance of the bakery, where a trap seemed to be laid for you, where this red tiefling by the name of Zergath, along with his hobgoblin companion Kerr, were waiting there with James the fisherman, who you guys had previously met coming to Addersfeld. After springing this trap and attempting to fool Zergath into thinking that you guys were coming with him, you guys waited until they were up into the main section of the bakery to pounce and attack. A bit of combat ensued, and in this combat, Zergath, the tiefling, who has these 3 shards inlaid in his skin, one in his neck, one in his cheek, and one up in his forehead, had taken some damage. He looked up at you guys, and you could see the shard in his neck began to vibrate, vibrating the skin around it. And after a minute, it burst, releasing this black smoke, a familiar black smoke that you guys had seen before, that wisped around the room and found its purchase around his face, consuming his face in this black smoke before entering his face through his eyes, his nose, and his mouth. He took a deep breath, and an unfamiliar voice emanated from his mouth. "Oh. Okay then. He looks down at his hands that's clutching his stomach, where Zergath was attempting to keep a wound closed, and he opens his hand and sees the blood on his hand. He looks to all of you, taking in this scenario. And after putting 2 and 2 together, that combat is happening. You guys have your swords out and spells are flying, and he sees himself bleeding. He looks up at all of you, and his eyes begin to grow wide. And you can see this craze begin to build behind his eyes as he clutches his wound once more. And he hits his wound.
Oh, no.
As he screams, "Ah!" And he flies into a rage.
Shit.
And seeing this...
Is he a rogue barbarian now? Is that
Who is this dude? Who is this guy?
Kellic, you see this as he is hunched over and beating himself into a rage. What would you like to do?
I see him freaking out like this. Am I aware that this is no longer Zergath as I knew him? As the kind soul I knew him to be before.
It's pretty clear. This is... You know, Zergath was pretty much on his way to retreating, and you had heard his voice from within the cellar. This is definitely not him. Different voice, different temperament completely. And he doesn't seem intent on running anymore.
Right. Whatever your aim is, creature, you'll not have it. I will whisper into the cool air, "Debility," and cast Bane on him and his allies.
Yes.
And that is a charisma saving throw.
Nice.
That is going to be a charisma saving throw. Okay. He's going to roll that. And that is going to be a 22.
Fudge.
man.
That's a lot. That's a high a number.
All right, and if I can I don't know if I can reach the other two actually, because they're inside still.
Yeah, so there is Zergath, and then Kerr is about 20 feet away from him. So depending on that range, you might be able to get both.
It's 30 feet, so can I get closer and get in range of that?
Yeah, you would be able to step forward without actually getting within range of Zergath.
Nice.
You would just be stepping into. You're out on the street. You would just be sort of stepping into the doorway.
Okay.
If you would like to do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that and just spread my hands in both directions as ashes pool around these people trying to find their way in, like termites looking for a breach in the wood.
Okay. And just so you know, Kerr, the hobgoblin, who is currently in melee with Flynn and March, got a 12 on that saving throw.
All right, so he is baned, so that's one.
Nice.
And that'll be a 1d4 on all of his attack rolls and saving throws.
It's huge.
Gotcha. Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
That is the end of my turn.
Okay. Shreya.
So I'm going to take in everything that just happened, this transformative moment that this being has gone through. And how far am I away from the creature formerly known as Zergath?
You are about 15 feet away.
15 feet.
Yes.
Okay, great. So basically, I'm going to look directly into his eyes, and I'm going to raise my staff high above my head. As the staff goes toward the heavens, as my hand, hoists it toward the heavens, you see this little circle start to emerge in front of my forehead as my eyes close, and from within me, there's a purple-pink glow that seems to be starting to form around my skin, and all of a sudden, I open my eyes, and my eyes start to glow that color too. I bring my staff down and point it toward the creature formerly known as Zergath, and this weird, this weird kind of silvery energy starts forming at the tip of the glowing crystal at the tip of the staff, and as I shout at him,
I've got a transformation for you.
And immediately, pulsing out of the tip of the crystal, comes this shooting, just blinding light that just pours forth toward him, and I'm going to cast Moonbeam.
Okay.
Get him.
Nice. So is that a saving throw for me? Or is that an attack?
So that is a successful Constitution saving throw, and if you fail it, then we can go from there.
Okay.
Then I'll tell you
We'll
what's
go
gonna
from
happen.
there.
I'll let you know what happens.
Constitution saving throw, that is going to be a 19.
Oh my
Guys, this guy's
God.
legit.
This guy's huge.
He's legit.
So yeah,
as
so I would
balls.
have to,
Yeah,
that would have
yeah.
to be higher than my spell save, correct?
That is correct.
Yeah, he passes. Damn it.
Okay. Does he take any damage with that?
I don't.
With the successful?
Oh no, it's half damage, so you still take a D10. Okay.
Half damage. Okay, so how much
He
is
is
he taking?
taking. Get that D10. 8 points of radiant damage. Nice roll. There we go.
Ooh,
8
spice.
points. Okay.
Nice.
And as that moonbeam comes down on him, and it shakes him for a minute, and he stands there and just concentrates. And as soon as the spell fades, he looks to you. Oh, that's cute.
What?
Is that the end of your turn?
I don't know if we can take a bonus action to lift the shield that Flynn gave me?
Yeah.
Just slightly. Because I didn't move. I'm just going to lift the shield slightly.
Okay. All right. Next up is March. You are currently in combat with Kerr.
Even being in combat with Kerr, I'm assuming we all are seeing this and we all are hearing this, correct? Okay.
Fully aware. Yes.
March is going to. I'm essentially going to just have a moment of what the actual fuck was that, but I'm going to continue to attempt to hit Kerr, and I'm just gonna tried and true I want to aim for his jaw, Kerr's jaw, with my warhammer.
Okay, go for it. Make an attack roll.
Nice. Uppercut. Thump.
That is a
man.
21.
Oh yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay, let me find this. Oh, that is going to be 12 bludgeoning.
Okay. You make perfect contact with the underside of his chin, and his head is thrown back, and he has to take a couple steps back as he stumbles. But then his eyes lock back onto you. As he turns back, you can see now a big gush of blood is now pouring from his nose and his mouth. He's still standing, but that definitely rattled him a bit.
Ooh.
I'm going to remain where I am and just kind of look at him and be like, it's nothing personal. You're just coming after us, and I told you not to, and you could stop and you can leave, or I can continue to fuck you up. And that's just it.
All right. Olma, what are you going to do?
I am eyes wide open, staring at Zergath. I know that this voice is different than what I normally hear from him. Do I, like the rage that he has flown into when he's grabbed his wound, does that seem like something I've seen him do before, or is this totally new?
This is totally new.
Okay.
You know Zergath to whenever he takes any sort of hit or damage or wound, you know he sort of goes out of it for a little bit. Almost like, once he's wounded, he sort of backs away a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
This guy fully enjoys it.
Okay. So I'm gonna, eyes wide open, see this and immediately knock back, pull from my pocket the health potion I just bought, knock it back, and take
As a bonus action, drinking a health
bonus
potion?
action. As a bonus action, I'm going to drink a health potion for 8 points of healing.
Nice.
No,
Nice.
7 points. Sorry.
What
Okay.
are you at right now,
Still good.
by the way?
What am I at?
Yeah, how hurt are you?
Like half hurt. I'm like
Okay.
feeling some
I'm feeling it.
some boo boos. I'm
Feeling
feeling
some sort of way.
boo-boos.
Okay.
Got some.
There's a few
I got some
scrapes.
pain.
'Cause I'm
But
hurting.
better now. So, and then I'm going to look at the spectral blade that is in my hand, shocked that it's in my hand, and I'm just going to chuck it at Zergath and throw it at him.
Make an attack roll.
Sorry, I'm just checking what my to hit is.
I think it's a spell attack, maybe?
It has no hit DC. There's no hit or DC on it, so I guess that's just nothing to hit? Nothing bonus to hit? Or should I be adding something?
It should be an attack roll plus your spell attack. That's what I would assume.
Yeah, let's say plus your spell attack.
It must be because it's a spell to create it, so I don't know what my
Yeah,
hit
that makes
is.
sense.
So
Add your spell attack.
Add my spell attack, or I can add my dex if you want, because it's thrown. I can do whatever you want me to do.
Pick whichever one's higher. I'll give you the benefit here.
That is a dirty 20.
Okay, don't say I never did anything for you guys.
That's right.
Thanks,
Okay, dirty
thanks,
20 definitely
thanks,
hits. Yeah, that hits.
Okay, that is 2d8 of... What type of damage is that?
insta-kill damage, right?
Super
It's to kill.
damage.
It's to kill
Instant kill.
anything.
2d8 plus
It's super
6.
effective.
2d8 plus 6. Choose one of the d8s. This is the wrong spell. This is definitely the wrong spell. Sorry. 2d8 psychic. It's psychic damage.
Okay.
That is 10 points of psychic damage.
Get him.
Queen. Get him. Get him, get him, get him, get him, get
Get
him.
him good.
10
Get him
points
good.
of psychic damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, you can see he like it's the sword that you threw, right?
Yes, it is a spectral sword.
The spectral sword buries itself in his shoulder, and as soon as it lands, he doesn't clutch his shoulder in pain. He clutches his head weirdly in pain as he takes that damage.
And the second it lodges itself in his shoulder and he takes that pain, it dissipates completely.
Okay.
And I take 10 feet steps backwards against the wall, away from him. So I want to be 30 feet. I want to be actually, if possible within the room, I would like to be 40 feet from him. Is
Okay.
that possible in the room?
Yes, it is possible.
And I don't want to be towards Kerr. I would like to be 40.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Awesome. You are. Yeah. So 40 feet would take you right up against the wall. So you are
Great.
back against the wall.
That is where I want to be.
Okay. Next up is Kerr. So,
Oh
just
boy.
having taken this absolute pummeling from March, he's going to take his great axe and he is going to swing at
Justified.
March. That is going to be a 8 to hit and
Nope.
a 16 to hit.
Nice.
Neither of those hit.
Goddamn.
Woo!
Okay.
He's also
Um,
baned. I don't know if that was part of your calculation.
That was not. Thank you for the reminder. So
Even
they
less.
hit even less.
Even less.
Even crappier.
Yeah, so he, like, in a blind rage, he is not raging at the moment, but in a blind rage, he's swinging this thing around, but you can tell he's sort of flustered from that uppercut your hammer gave him.
He's also coughing out ashes and dust. There's just dust in his face.
That's
Yeah, he can't
cool.
see, like, the ashes are in his eyes, he can't really see.
That's
He is
cool.
completely flustered. Next up is the artist formerly known as Zergath. He this being clutches the wound and clutches its head and shakes itself free, and the craze behind its eyes floods back in as it looks up, and it can see that Olma is at this point too far away, but Shreya is just within its reach. So he is gonna place his hands, like slam his hands on the ground, almost taking a sprinter's position as he bursts from the ground, sprinting towards Shreya. Shreya. He is just gonna try and beat you over the head with his fists, as he doesn't have any weapons. So that first attack is gonna
He's
be.
unarmed?
He is unarmed currently.
Oh no.
You guys can see that Zergath has just a myriad of daggers all over him, but the creature has not seemed to notice yet. He just noticed, okay, nothing in my hands, I'm just going to go for it.
Interesting.
That first attack is going to be a 15 to hit, Shreya.
Oh, wait. Russell, what does the shield give me?
It's a +2
+2? That
to
does,
whatever your AC is.
that does not hit.
Okay.
I as I slowly raise the shield, I kind of mutter under my breath,
Let's hope this thing holds up.
All right.
Yes! I'm
And
so
you
excited.
can see his fist just grazes off of the shield as you deflect the blow. The second one is a natural 20.
No!
well, in that case, in that case, that hits.
Yeah, I don't
It's
think
like, oh, it
the
works.
shield's
Oh,
gonna.
Plus his strength modifier.
Oh, hey!
Oh, God!
Oh, and he's raging.
It's
Oh.
okay.
Oh,
we got
no.
this. We'll be fine? Question mark.
I don't think I've taken any damage yet, so
I don't think
Yeah.
so. I think
Birdie boy.
This is
Yeah.
gonna hurt.
Dude,
though.
that's a crit
This is
from
gonna
like
hurt.
a real
Yeah.
badass.
Crits are hefty.
Okay.
But
Is
he's
this the first
using
time
his
we've been
hands.
crit?
But he's using his hands,
Oh, true.
and maybe he's not so good with his hands.
Oh,
Right.
it's a 1d4.
Of course it is.
Yeah, but it's quite a few 1d4s.
Oh, nope.
No, it's okay. So he deals you. Sorry, I'm doing math.
Oh no.
Plus his strength modifier, plus his rage bonus.
Mm.
level is this dude?
14 points of damage. As his first swing just deflects off of the shield. Seeing that this has happened, he reaches up with his other hand, grabs the edge of the shield, pulls it down, and as he pulls it down, you're kind of lunged forward as he swings back and just clocks you across the face.
Oh.
And as he does, you can see just like I spit out a little piece of blood and like some feathers just like fly from the back part of my head, and I am visibly like shaken, like take a few staggered steps.
Okay. And you can see he's smiling. He is fully enjoying this. This is like half angered rage and half just having so much fun with this. That is going to end his turn. Next up is Flynn.
Oh man. I'm gonna just attack the guy in front of me. I think.
Okay.
So, oh man, I don't think casting one of these is gonna matter because he doesn't seem intent on moving, does he?
He seems locked in place.
Then I am just gonna stab him.
Go for it.
So, let's see. All right, here we go. Are we? I think I've asked this every time. Are we flanking? Are we doing flanking rules?
Yes. Technically, you and March are flanking. Yes.
Okay, so I get advantage.
That is correct.
Oh yeah, thank you. Okay, all right. Okay, that's all right. That is a 22 to poke.
22 hits. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sweet. We'll roll damage here. 9 points. 9 points of piercing as I kind of like get him in the back of the thigh as he's up against March. I'm like, ugh!
9 points of piercing. As you swipe at him at the back of his thigh, you can tell you probably hit something pretty important as he falls to one knee and drops sort of closer to your level.
Ho ho ho! March, get him! Finish this off. We need to help Olma and the guys.
Nice shot. Do it again.
Okay, is that the end of your turn? Flynn?
Yeah. This thing looks hurt. Maybe we can finish it off. So I'm gonna stay here with
Yeah.
March.
All right, Kellic.
Okay.
The tiefling has now moved out of the doorway. You now have a free entrance into this bakery as it went over to attack Shreya.
Okay, so we're all sort of inside now. Right.
You can move inside. You're still outside. I was just mentioning that the doorway is now completely clear of the tiefling.
Okay. When it was hit by Shreya's moonbeam, did it appear to take any did it appear especially affected? As I'm trying to assess the nature of this beast.
It did not.
Interesting. Is that the coil or the thing within? Well, either way, I'll look down at my old bandaged hand and sort of look at the muscles therein and the way that the fabric is sort of loose around the palm and just whisper, all right then, let's renew a promise I made long ago. A world free of darkness. I vow to remove you! And I will cast Guiding Bolt. Hey, Oro! Let's see
Get him!
if it hits.
Okay.
Get him! That's gotta mess him up.
Hopefully, if it lands.
Just roll well.
Just roll well. All right. That is That's a dirty 20.
Oh,
Yeah, that hits.
Hot
Okay.
dog. All right.
and this is on the tiefling, right?
Mhm.
This is on the T5.
Oh yeah, advantage. Get him.
Oh man, one was cocked and then it became a 1. So that is 15 points of radiant damage.
Okay. Wow.
That's a chunk.
Ah,
And that'll be my turn.
Okay.
Does it look like he has a boo-boo?
Yeah, is he like glowing or something now? What's the after effects of
It's
glowing
one of
gold?
those big golden swarms of ash that pour as my bandage kind of unravels and the hand just glows with this white light, this bolt of hornets,
That's
ash
sick.
hornets, flies at him. And it also gives advantage to the next attack roll made.
So like those hornets are like still flying around him. Like that's so cool.
Next up is Shreya.
So as I stagger over, I turn my head back toward Zergath, and my eyes kind of widen as my wingspan just like spreads out. And right as my wingspan spreads out, I clutch my fists, hold onto my staff, and steady myself and whisper under my breath,
Ancients of the air, give me strength.
and I cast Healing Word on myself
Nice.
at second
Okay.
level. And let's see. That's going to give me back 8 points of healing to myself. And as I feel that energy from the air and the earth kind of double helix around myself, kind of restoring some of the energy that was knocked out of me, I spread my wings wide, and in one fluid swoop, I just take off into the air.
Okay, so you are exiting this creature's
Yes, zone, which means
Little
they will
zone
have
here.
an attack of opportunity.
I want a
gets an attack of
Mansky.
opportunity on you. Okay, he's going to roll that.
High risk, high reward.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
That is going to be a 6 to hit. So you just move away.
Great.
So you were flying up in the air, correct?
Yes.
So you've got about 20 feet of movement. How high do you want to go until you hit the ceiling?
As high as I can without hitting the ceiling.
Okay, so you are now 20 feet up in the air.
Tall.
19.5 feet.
Awesome. So if that's the end of your turn, next up we've got March. Kerr is right down in front of you. He's sort of taken a knee from that slash that Flynn gave him to the back of his leg.
Yeah, I'm just like poking around the other side, like with my thumb up, like, come on, we got this.
Still very concerned about whatever the hell is going on with not Zergath. I am going to, be myself and go for another smack with a warhammer on Kerr. And I would like to aim for the exact same spot I had hit him before, especially now that he's kind of down. I want to be able to sort of hit him up under his chin and kind of knock him down if in any way possible, if this goes to
Go for
my
it.
liking.
Make an attack roll.
Oh, It's 19?
Oh yeah, 19 hits.
Yeah, get him.
Alrighty. That's going to be 8 bludgeoning.
Oh. Okay. You take another swing. Now that he's kneeling, he's sort of at this perfect position. You take a swing from low to high, and your warhammer hits perfectly, connecting with his chin. And you can see as it hits up, a couple of his teeth shatter, and his head is thrown back as he is now laid out onto the ground, not completely unconscious, but just so close, as blood is now pouring from his nose and his mouth. And as he's laying there on the ground, he reaches out and sort of reaches his hand out towards Zergath, sort of like in a come help me sort of motion. He doesn't say anything, but that is what happens with him. He does seem, for the most part, incapacitated at the moment. Okay. March, is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's gonna be kind of the end. Just kind of look at Flynn, like,
man, you crushed him.
like what you
Flynn
did there.
takes 15 points of psychic damage. Next up on the initiative is
we all get TPK'd by that joke,
and we are all deceased.
Yeah.
That's been fun.
top of the order is Olma.
So I see, am very confused by the artist formerly known as Zergath not like just attacking with his fists, because that's not normal. Really, really confirmed that this is some spooky nonsense. And see that my sword has disappeared. Where'd it go? And I like look around feverishly and I say, "Where's the sword?" And the second I say sword, it's back in my hands. And I'm like, "Oh my god!" And that was a bonus action to call it back to my hands.
Nice.
How far am I from Zergath?
Right now he moved like sort of towards Shreya. So right now you're about 30 feet away.
I'm 30 feet. Okay, I would like to take 10 feet forward, walk 10 feet towards him, so that I'm within 20 feet of him. And I see that Shreya has flown up, so I'm just going to chuck the sword at him again.
with advantage. Because he's lit up by guiding bolt.
The glowing hornets or something, right?
Yeah, there's just like a swarm of orange
from
flickering fire around him.
What's our lighting situation? Is it dim light? Is it
so there
dark,
are torches lit in this room. So it's not like perfect lighting conditions, but everyone can see just fine.
It's not considered dim though.
It is not considered dim.
Cool, because that changes my sword. That is a 18 to hit.
18 hits, yeah.
Okay, and that is 11 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
And I see it hit, and it disappears again, and I just am very confused, and I just take another 10. I step back again 10 feet towards the wall, and I would like to be in a corner, or I would like to somehow feel safe against the wall, and I don't know how to do that. But if there's anything I can feel safe against the wall in, like a counter or something I can duck behind, I would like to.
Yeah, there is a little display shelf where once long ago pastries were displayed.
Cool.
But yeah, you can definitely.
I would like to step backwards and duck behind it.
Okay.
That's what
Awesome.
I would like to do. I'm not
Very
hiding.
cool.
I just am trying to find some sort of if you look around for me, I'm not here.
All right. Next up is Kerr. He is laying there on the ground. He is gonna hold his turn.
Okay, so he's still conscious.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's gonna hold his turn. And then next up is Zergath. So you look over and you can see as the tiefling makes eye contact with Kerr, you can see the rage begin to subside. And you can see this sort of hunched over, almost more bulked up form begin to dissipate as the eyes become calmer again. And with a flurry, out from behind his back, 3 daggers emerge as Zergath now chucks 3 daggers towards Flynn and March.
Excuse me?
His love for Kerr brought out the spookiness.
It's okay, I get it. He
Yeah,
loved Kerr, but
spooky
Olma
love.
and March, he couldn't care. Got it.
Let me see what that is real quick.
Oh, man.
Okay, so 2 of them are coming for March, and 1 of them is coming for Flynn.
Okay.
So March, that's going to be a 21 to hit
Rude.
and an 11 to hit.
First one hit, second one no.
Okay,
Nice.
and then Flynn, that is going to be a 16 to hit.
That's my armor class now, so yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Ugh.
No shield now. But I got cool tattoos, guys.
Worth.
Yeah, worth, for sure.
Okay, so March, that dagger that flies towards you, that is going to be... Oh, this is going to be quite a bit of dice.
Don't say that. Don't do that.
That's going to be
advise against
21
it,
points of
personally.
damage. 21 points of damage as this dagger is hurling through the air and plants itself in your neck.
What
Great,
kind of
that's-
dagger is that? Oh my goodness.
Ooh,
Keep
that's
that
gonna
shit.
hurt.
Yeah, hold on to
I
that
am
dagger.
going to definitely fall to a knee for a second there and go, "Ugh, what the fuck?" And
All right, and Flynn, as this dagger flies through the air and plants itself deep in your gut, that is going to be 19 points of piercing damage.
Piercing, okay, it's just straight damage. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do the same. Oh, shit!
I'm going to instinctually yell at Flynn, like
Oh,
just
Mark,
as I
that really
see it
hurt.
connect with him. Flynn, get
You're
out!
I'm going to instinctually yell out. I mean,
Fuck you, Caleb!
God!
Okay, that is going to be the end of his turn. Flynn, you've just taken this dagger to the gut. What would you like to do?
Ugh, and I'm like down on my knee too, and I guess that makes me closer to Kerr. And do I
Yeah.
realize that he's still conscious?
Yeah, you can see he's sort of like sort of gurgling up blood as he's on the ground there.
Just mechanically, so he is still doing stuff, or is he considered unconscious for the mechanics? Like, does he still have hit points? Is he still playing?
He's knocked down to the ground. He is, for mechanically speaking, he is still conscious, yes.
Okay. So as I'm like, oh, fucking ow! And I look over and I see him still conscious, I'm just gonna take the butt of my sword and just try and hit him in the back of the head, essentially do non-lethal and knock him out. Be like, God damn it! Pah! And I'm gonna try and hit him and knock him out.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Flynn is tired of your shit.
Noticing that he's still alive. Yeah, noticing that he's still up. It's like, fucking bam! Alright, he's prone? Is this, or I guess flanking, whatever. Is there advantage
Yeah,
at
you can
this?
take this
Okay.
at advantage, yes.
Sure. Alright, that will be a one roll. Ooh! Okay, alright. That is a total of a lot. 26. 26.
Oh, yeah. He
Yeah.
just, like, at the slightest tap, he hits his head on the
Right
ground
across
and he
the
is
temple.
unconscious.
And I'm gonna knock him. And then I will kind of slowly stand up and calm my breathing. And do second wind.
Here you are.
Okay.
And roll a die here. It's not a lot, that sucks. But I'm gonna add it. Okay. Still really, really hurt. I'm gonna look at March and I'm gonna look over at this bad guy, and he's still standing there, like, intent on fighting us.
Oh, yeah. Yes,
All
he
right,
is.
March, let's, you ready?
Yeah. Ugh, fuck, I hate it when I bleed. Yeah, let's go.
All right, and I'm gonna charge right up into melee with this motherfucker.
Okay. All right.
Let's do it, baby.
Is that the end of your turn?
That is the end of my turn. I want to get into melee with this guy.
Okay. Kellic,
All right.
you're up next.
All right. So, Kerr is betwixt Flynn and March.
Yes.
Give me just an idea here. I'm in the doorway still.
Yes.
Try is in the air above the
Mhm.
the artist formerly known as.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Does he have? Can I see? Does he have more daggers on him?
Looking at him, yeah, he's got about right now. He's got about 10 or 11 daggers lining his back,
Okay.
Sure,
as well
sure he
as
does.
four around his his waistband, and he's got
Great.
one down on each of his like calves in
Oh,
little
yeah.
calf holsters.
Okay.
He also got
those
this
are-
coat, and he's got 7 more or something. Right?
You can see some of them are like more throwing daggers. You can see some of them have like nicer hilts and handles, but all of them seem to be pretty like uniquely crafted. They don't all seem
Alright.
to be uniform.
Cool.
And then he takes off his shirt and he's got 10 lining
They're
his
just
torso.
embedded into his ribs.
He pulls one out of his ear.
One in
pulls
his
one
He
out of
boot.
the
actually
other
doesn't
ear.
have hands. They're just
He's got one up
daggers.
his
They're just dagger.
sleeve.
That's why I did 14 points of damage, because it's a dagger hand.
All right.
Why did I just run up to this thing? Fuck.
Well, you can't throw him if you're right next to him.
True.
I'm gonna full on scowl at this guy, and I'm just gonna like, what's the word? Like, I'm gonna Henry Cavill pump my arms.
Oh.
You're gonna reload your
and
fists?
We're gonna
Yeah.
reload. I'm gonna reload my right hand, and I'm gonna Eoro, be gone, demon! And cast
Yeah.
another guiding bolt at him.
And
That's
not
sick.
heal anyone.
Nope.
Flynn's second winded.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
That's a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Oh, good. Okay. Okay, that's pretty bad. Pretty bad damage rolls. 11 points of radiant damage.
That's still decent.
11 points. Okay.
And again, advantage on the next attack roll.
Nice. Okay, Shreya, you are up in the air. What would you like to do?
So hovering above him, I look and see the daggers that he's hurled, and I'm gonna mutter under my breath
Two can play at that game.
as I draw a javelin from my back, whirl it around my head, and then just hurl it towards Zergath with all my might from the air.
Yeah.
With
Okay, make an
advantage.
attack roll. At
Get him with
advantage, yeah.
Yes.
At advantage. Guiding bolt is so
With
good.
advantage!
Well, the first roll is an 18, so we'll see.
Go
Fish
for
for
the
that
20. Go
crit.
for the
I don't
20.
even 18.
All right.
Okay, yeah, that hits. Roll your damage.
Alrighty. That is gonna be 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna have a happy screech, not screech. Nah. Hey, yeah, I'll throw in a happy screech in there too, at the fact that I just hit this target.
Okay.
Happy screech. Happy screech.
Next up is March. You just took this dagger to the neck. What would you like to do?
Do I still have this dagger? Is it still in my neck? Can I remove it?
Yeah, it's still sort of planted in your neck and trap area.
Okay. Oh my god. Fuck all of this. For reference again, Kerr is down for the count, correct?
Unconscious at the moment, yes.
Great. Perfect. And now how far am I? Because I know Flynn approached Zergath. How far am I from Flynn and Zergath?
25 feet.
25 feet. Okay. And then how long has it been since this whole situation has started?
It's been about, I'd say, a minute or two.
Oh. Well, okay then.
Yeah.
I like this. Okay.
Combat goes sort of fast in real time.
Okay, so I'm about 25 feet, so I am going to, seeing what Shreya has done, I'm going to kind of piggyback off of that and throw a javelin myself.
Yeah.
Staying
Okay,
where
make
I'm
an attack
at
roll.
and see how well that goes. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, roll your
Smite.
damage.
Oh yeah.
Divine
Oh no. Can you do that with a javelin
Maybe
though?
not.
divine
Oh, maybe not. Maybe
Oh,
not.
I don't
maybe
know.
Oh,
Is it melee
because it's
attack?
ranged. I don't know.
Not. Oh, I don't know.
I believe,
That's still
So, yeah,
damage.
roll
That's
that,
still a lot of
uh,
damage. That's still good.
yeah, that nat 20 damage.
All right. Well, then
Plus your
that
modifier.
will be, well, it's 8 plus 4, so that's 12.
Nice.
So that's going to be 19 of bludgeoning.
Wow.
That's a good throw.
And then,
Nice.
DM, I do have a question for you, and I have no idea if
Yeah.
this is in any way possible. I've already done Shield of Faith on Olma. It's only been a few minutes, so she still has that occurring. Am I able to do Shield of Faith on another individual, or no?
It's a concentration spell, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so in order to do it on another person, you would have to drop it off
from-
of Olma.
Off of Olma. That's what I thought.
And you've also taken some damage as well. So you would have had to make those concentration checks. Just because you've taken damage and we haven't been rolling for that, I'm going to make a decision that has dropped, that has dissipated.
Okay, so
because
it is,
you have taken a couple rounds of damage.
Okay, so it is, so I could potentially do another Shield of Faith? As a
Yes.
bonus action?
As a bonus action, if it's a bonus action spell, yeah.
It is a bonus action spell, and I am going to, just having appreciated everything that occurred and the fact that a certain small creature amongst us has just fucked some shit up, I am very much so, after throwing that javelin, my next reaction is going to be reaching up with my hand now that I don't have the javelin and just casting Shield of Faith on Flynn.
Yeah!
Okay, nice.
So that's going to get you
18.
Plus
That
2
gives me
to your
back to the
AC.
shield, basically.
yeah.
So basically, like, I don't know, like a fake shield, like a bluish glow of a shield where my shield used to be. That's super cool.
And then I'm going to continue to stay where I'm at, just still trying to catch my breath from that dagger right here and just try and almost stop the bleeding to a degree.
Thanks, Marge.
You got
Okay.
it, Flynn!
Next
Fuck
up
'em
is
up.
Olma.
I'm sorry. We've only had a couple rounds of combat. You're saying it's been 2 minutes?
It's been less than 2 minutes.
Less than a
yeah.
minute? Less than a minute? I mean, because my
Yeah.
my weapon is concentration up to a minute. So I'm just trying to understand. It's only been
so you
3
cast that-
rounds. So
2 rounds ago, so yeah, it's well below a minute for you. Yeah.
it's well below a minute. Cool. Just making sure.
Yeah.
That's that. Cool. So I still have it. I'm gonna look down at my hands and say, sword, and it flashes into my hands. And I was like, hey, Marge, this is so cool.
Can we all get one of those?
And then I'm gonna just do it again. I'm gonna peek out from my little hidey hole, and I'm gonna see if I can get a good angle on throwing it from here. But then I notice that I'm too far away, and I don't trust myself, so I'm gonna go 10 feet forward again,
Okay.
so that I'm within 20 feet of Zergath, and chuck it again.
Okay. Make an attack roll.
Ooh, that's 14.
14 misses.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Aw. I thought it always hits. What's wrong with this thing? And then I scurry back to my little hole.
Okay.
Stupid sword.
right.
It doesn't even hit all the time. What's the point of it?
All right. So Kerr, laying there unconscious on the ground. Zergath is gonna look around at you guys, and that calm energy that threw the daggers begins to hide back again behind this rage that builds once more. As you can see, sort of these two souls within this body are clashing, as all of a sudden the crazed look behind its eyes emerges once again, as the rage then returns to its body. This tiefling now reaches up into the air directly above him, and a dull fire begins to glow around his hand. And you can see this fire builds after a second as he kneels down and plunges his hand into the ground. And it looks like it tears the fabric of reality as he plunges his hand down into the ground. It doesn't break the wooden floor, but it warps reality and opens into, you can see this flaming chasm in the ground now. Only about 2 feet wide, but he reaches his hand down into it and pulls forth from it this flaming maul, a long staff about 4.5 feet long with this huge chunk of metal at the end. And you can see on one end, there's a bludgeoning end with a metal skull inlaid on it. And there are jagged spikes on the other end as he reaches out and holds it up overhead. And he's going to run forward. Flynn,
I'm right up next to him.
You're right up next to him. So he's going to take an attack of opportunity on you. He's going to take an attack of opportunity on you. Or you're going to take an attack of opportunity on him.
Okay.
If you would like to.
Yeah, if he's trying to run away from me, I'm standing there like, hey man, fight me! And if he runs away,
he's charging towards March.
Towards March. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an action to do all my stuff. So yeah, I'm just going to take a little poke at him.
Go for it.
Okay, let's see if that's high enough. That is 19.
A 19 hits, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. Damage. Okay, 8 points of piercing. As he runs, I get him in the thigh again.
Okay. And he takes that damage and he begins limping, but he's still moving forward as he's running full speed towards March with this flaming maul. And March, he's gonna make an attack roll. That is gonna be a 19 to hit and a 24 to hit.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that's both.
Both of those hit?
Do I get any form of a reaction after this?
I don't believe you do.
Cool. Bye, guys.
It's okay. We will avenge you.
So that first hit is 7 points of bludgeoning damage and 6 points of fire damage. That second hit, it's going to be 9 points of bludgeoning damage and 12 points of fire damage.
So I'm going to basically fall back to my knees and look up at Zergath and go, I never fucking liked you, and I am unconscious on the ground.
No!
I am
okay.
I am not doing so hot.
All right, and that is going to end his turn. Next up is Flynn.
Yeah, so I will turn and after I poke him and I see him still running, I'm like, damn it! And then I see that, like, no! And I run up and I'll run and I'll stand over March. I'll like stand over her body, which is probably over one of her legs. And I'll look up at this thing and be like, no! And I'm just gonna attack him. I'm gonna, oh geez. Oh man, what do I do here? Yeah, I'll rub my fingers together, tap the sword 3 times. You see it pulse with like an aura of energy, and I go in for an attack, and I'm gonna try and swipe down and be like, no! And I'm gonna attack. Let's see. That is an 18. No, 16.
A 16. As you run up and attempt to stab at him, you know that your blade is about to strike true when this fiery energy from the maul runs up his hand and consumes his torso as the fire almost deflects your blow, and your attack does not.
Okay. And then from my close proximity to him last turn when he ran away, and also right now looking at this being, does it seem like in my training, does it seem like I've noticed this as some other entity possessing, or it's not human anymore? Do I get a sense that it may be like I heard Kelly yell demon. Do I understand that maybe it's something like that?
Make an Arcana check or
Sure.
a religion check.
Sure. Arcana's better. 20 total.
This is not a demonic possession. No. None of this seems. You gather that this is not a demonic possession. Whatever this is, it's not a demon.
Well, I mean, basically, I'm trying to see if I can cast a spell. Is it like an aberration, a celestial, an elemental, a fey, fiend, or an undead? Does it seem like it's
It is
being...
not. It is not any of those.
It doesn't seem like any of that. Okay, then I will... Oh, man. Yeah, I'm mad because you knocked out my friend, so I'm going to action surge and hit it again.
Okay, go for it.
So I stab it, and then just... And I quickly pull it out and stab him again. That is a 17.
17 does not hit.
Shit.
As you lunge forward again, and this fiery energy once again deflects your hit.
Yeah, and I'm just standing there. I'm like a little worried now, but I'm looking back and I'm like I'm trying to interpose my small form in between this man and March. And I'm like holding my side where the dagger was pulled out, and you can see the blood kind of dripping through my fingers. I'm like, you have to go through me. That's my turn.
Okay. At the end of your turn, all of you can hear in the corner of the room. You just hear, and I'm going to have all of you guys make a wisdom saving throw.
What? And then a quick question. I don't think this is, but is this a frightening effect at all? Because I get advantage.
What's happening right now?
Yeah.
No, it is not a.
Okay,
it is
got
not
you.
a frightened.
No problemo.
All right.
Even me?
No, March, you are unconscious. You do not need to.
Nice.
I'm going to continue sleeping.
Okay.
That's a 13 for Kelly.
Okay. Flynn?
I got a 13 as well.
Olma?
16.
16? Okay. So, Shrai, what did you get?
That's an 11 for me.
An 11. So, Olma, you are the only one who shakes this effect. As you look off in the corner, you hear this whoom, and you look off in the corner and you can see this purple doorway opens up. And the rest of you guys, immediately, you can just glimpse the purple doorway before your vision and your hearing are completely wiped out.
What?
As you are now blind and deaf. Olma, you look over and you shake this effect, and you see step forth from this doorway a half-orc. This half-orc has a massive hole straight through its chest.
Oh, no.
And they walk through, and hands clasped behind their back, they say, "Are you done here? Have you tired of this encounter yet?" And the tiefling looks over and goes, "Oh, I was just having fun. Come on." As the half-orc reaches her hand out, snaps her fingers, and both of them sort of like disintegrate back into this purple energy as they clear from the room.
What?
And we are now out of combat.
She can sense when other crystals have been cracked?
What is going on?
Okay, I'm gonna immediately run to March. I'm immediately running. March, wake up! I'm like hitting her face. I'm smacking her.
Can we still see?
Out of her face.
Can I see now?
No. None of you can see.
I don't acknowledge any of this.
Olma,
I'm running.
what's going on?
I'm smacking her face. March, come on, wake up!
Out of the way, child! I'm following Olma's voice, and I'm gonna.
Wait, can we hear?
You cannot. None of you can hear or see. Even
Crap.
as you guys even as you guys yell out to your companions, you cannot hear your own voice. It's weird. You can feel the vibration of your voice coming out. You can feel it in your head, but you cannot hear anything that you are saying.
Crap.
As Olma, you kneel down by March.
Yeah, I'm gonna ignore everyone yelling. I'm ignoring everyone yelling. I'll deal with it in a second. I am going to reach back into my pocket, pull the last healing potion I have from my pocket, and pour it down March's throat.
Whew.
And that is
Okay.
2d4 plus 2, so 4, 6, 8. Oh, 8 plus 2, right? So 8 points of healing to her. And I am moving her jaw and trying to get her to swallow quickly, and then going back to smacking her across the face. March, come on, wake up!
March, you come to consciousness.
I'm gonna. Oh, where the fuck is he? Where'd he go? That really fucking hurt. And I'm gonna have a migraine for 4 days.
He's gone, but not good gone. I don't know.
Is he dead? Oh, are you okay?
Do I hear the guys all yelling, cacophony of yells?
Yes, you do.
Ostende nobis! I've cast light on my arm. But it doesn't
do I
help at
feel
all.
March stand up? Because I was standing over her leg. Do I feel her getting up?
Yeah, you feel movement underneath.
As I feel her
Caleb,
moving up.
You cast your light spell and you still can't see anything.
Right. Yeah.
As she's moving up and I feel her moving, I reach over and I grab her leg and I kind of feeling, I still kind of back up against her and keep protecting her, and I just hold my sword up where I thought that guy was, and I'll just yell out, I'm still
Meanwhile, I'm heading toward Flynn's sword because I'm trying to get to March to heal her.
Okay.
And I don't know that she's been potioned.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I see him. I'm dodging out of the way of the sword as it tries to, and I'm just gonna grab the arm and pull it down.
My arm?
Yes.
Do I feel like it's Olma's hands?
I mean, I'm small. I'm a foot above you instead of 3 feet above you. So I don't know. Do you?
Yeah, it's up to you, Ethan. How would I take this?
You know, this is clearly not an attack by any of the people who are in the room.
Okay.
Yeah, they're just gonna grab your hand instead of hitting you with flaming.
Am I
What's going on?
to stand? Am I gonna be able to stand?
Yeah. Your whole body is in pain, but you're able to stand up.
I assume that I can hear and see?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Then I'm going to kind of, if I can, is Shry still in the air?
Yeah, so I'm gonna have been thrashing about and attempting to reach out with talons and my arms and my hands, grab out at something, I guess close to the ceiling, since it was the closest surface that I remember. Is there anything, are there struts in the ceiling? Will I have found something just by feel to grab onto?
Yeah, so there are these thick wooden beams across the ceiling. You had flown a couple feet above those, and you were right up on the ceiling. So yeah, if you want to reach out for one of those beams, you can definitely do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do to steady myself.
Okay, and you find one, and you're able to steady yourself.
I'm gonna. Kalik was trying to come towards us. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna try and assess the situation, see where everything's, and am I able to quickly realize that they cannot hear or see us?
Yeah, it's pretty apparent after a couple minutes of what you see going on.
Okay, then I'd like to be able to make my way quickly, sort of look at Olma. Olma, stay with Flynn, and try and make my way to Kalik, tap him on the head or something, and have him feel my warhammer. So touch the warhammer, pat it. It's March.
Just get off of me. Wow, I don't understand what's going on. Just kind of batting her away.
At this time, I have taken Flynn's arms and just pulled him down to the ground so he would sit. Mm-hmm. And I just pat his shoulder to indicate that everything's okay now. And I will slowly put the sword down, like pull the sword from his hand and just like put it in his belt or wherever he was storing it beforehand, so that he knows like it is over.
Is everyone
Just
okay?
sat him. I will grab his face and tilt it up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down, so that he understands that I'm saying yes,
Right.
everything is
Okay.
fine, and I'm just gonna tap his head to indicate like stay sitting.
I might lie down, and I'm like still holding my side, and I just
I'll
kind of
just
like
push him.
fall
push him.
back and lay down. I'm gonna rest.
I just push him down so that he does lay down.
Sure.
And I will walk my way over to Shreya. And I will pull my sling from my pocket and try to find a pebble of some sort. And try to like aim it at him, like for a foot or a thigh, to just like be like, can you come down here, please?
All right. I'm gonna have you make an attack roll.
Oh shit!
You kill Shreya.
We're not. It's not gonna do any damage. Just to see how good your aim is.
Yeah, to see if you hit him.
Assessing that this is March, can I? I'm gonna look for where I know she's been injured, and with my hands, and just try and find any of the wounds. Are they still present?
Make a medicine check at disadvantage,
Okay.
because you're used to seeing your patients.
True.
It's valid.
That's so sad. 12.
12. You don't know exactly where she's been hit, but you can tell, like, you know where some of her major wounds should be, and they're not as big as you remember them being a minute ago.
All right. Well,
But you
Just-
don't really
just-
get enough information to know how many hit points she has, all that stuff.
sure. Well, just for in the moment of I still think there's a fight going on. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on her, and say, even though I can't hear it, Manere, and give her. Oh, I automatically. Wait, no, that's a downed creature, so never mind. So that'll be 6 more points of healing as
Nice.
those wounds are filled up
Okay.
with more, like dust that knits itself together and becomes flesh.
I'm going to, in an appreciation, I'm going to kind of tap the arm, and like almost like rub it, like as understanding that he can't hear, he can't see, but it is me, and thank you very much for that. And
March!
I wanted to guide him over, if I can in any way, guide him over to Flynn.
Mark, can you sit him with Flynn? They just need to sit down until they can see us again. I don't think we should leave here. I mean, I know I don't want to be here anymore, but we gotta end this. So just put him on the ground. Just put him in timeout. You know, just sit him down.
And I'm gonna quickly look at him and be like, I've been waiting to put Kalik in timeout since I met him. Absolutely, will do.
He can't hear this.
Nope. But just knowing that my personal, like, knowing he can't hear, he can't see him, kind of give a little smirk, like, yeah, fuck yeah, sit in timeout, and kind
Did you
of get
hit
him over.
Shreya, by
Yeah,
the way?
did you shoot try?
No,
Oh, yeah,
did-
what was it?
no,
something hit
for
me?
sure not.
No.
I rolled
Okay.
a 9.
Uh,
So I'm just gonna continue to throw rocks at him. I won't use the sling because I'm
Okay.
like, you know what, sword slings, like they're just not. I'm shaken. I need to get back to being good at it. So I'm just gonna like try to find pebbles and shit and throw it at him.
Try it. After a couple seconds, you feel a small pebble hit your leg.
Huh? What? Where are you all? I seem to have lost my way.
We're right here, but you can't hear us, so I guess we're just gonna stay here until you come to the ground. I'm gonna keep throwing rocks at him. I'm just gonna keep throwing until he comes to the ground. I'm gonna keep throwing rocks at him.
And we're
that's
like,
all you can really do, I think.
Olma, aim for his beak, aim for his beak.
No, I'm not gonna hit him on the beak. Imagine if I hit you on your nose. That would hurt, right?
Yeah, but I feel like I have an understanding that, you know, a small little pebble hitting me on my beak, it's not someone trying to attack me.
Okay, I'm gonna try to aim for his wings. Maybe then he'll understand to stop flying.
Try it. After a couple more seconds, you feel a tiny little barrage of pebbles begin to pelt your body.
Can I?
The way you worded that, man.
The more of them that like kind of tap into me, can I get a sense directionally of where they're coming from? Like, would this in any way help me like fly down from where I am?
It's almost like directly below you.
Okay. I'm going to just drop and like parachute my wings out so that I can just float slowly down.
Okay. And you float slowly, and your talons gracefully hit the floor.
I've moved out of the way from under him so that he doesn't fall on me.
All right.
Trying to balance. And I once he's down on the ground, I will run forward and give him a hug around the middle.
Who is that? Tiny hands. Flynn, is that you?
I just gonna grab him and grab his hands and direct him to the center. I'm gonna like have him put a hand on my braid so he knows that it's someone with long hair, and just like grab his like wing and hand, whatever works, and like pull him towards where all the other boys are sitting, and try to get him also to sit.
I don't
Sort of
like
look at
not
all-
seeing things or hearing things.
I'm just gonna like being muttering this under my breath.
Every time he mutters something about not liking something, I'm just gonna pat his arm.
Oh.
I'm gonna kind of look at Olma and go, I've never seen this. You have any ideas, Olma? I don't know.
Well,
Kalik was already grouchy before, but you know, if he's not gonna be able to see or hear in the next like 10 minutes, he's gonna lose his shit. I'm
right.
sure.
Well, so what happened was you got hit with like a flaming staff. It was crazy, and I've never seen Zergath do that before, so I don't know what it was, but you went down, and like you're big, so it was like a big boom going down, you know, like
It explains a lot.
and
'cause
everything.
I kind of sort of remember a flame, and then the next thing I know, I was waking up and you were there, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and then I heard a noise from the corner that I was in, hiding, and that orc. Oh my gosh, that orc from before, the one that was dead and came back to life and turned into a woman and was yelling at us and then dimension doored out. Do you remember that one?
you mean back at the camp where we met Kalik?
Yeah, way back in the camp. Okay, so she pops out of nowhere and then takes Zergath with her, and they just leave. And so they left, and then I came to you, and somehow, sometime between her coming and leaving, and me coming to you, this happened to them. And I'm not really sure. Like, I felt a little bit of something coming on me, but like it didn't really hit me. And so maybe that's what it was. I just felt like a shiver, and I thought like, oh, I'm just cold. But maybe I wasn't cold, and maybe it was this. I don't know how long it lasts. I don't know anything. Maybe we should just like stay here for a little bit. Maybe stay here for like an hour and just rest. And maybe you should tie Kerr up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because Kerr's still with us, correct?
Yeah, but he's knocked out. So
Uh-huh.
you should
Yeah.
probably tie him up.
Got it.
And let's just like quietly rest and wait and see if their sight and hearing comes back. And if it doesn't, I'm gonna have to try to make my way back into the temple district because I don't really remember how to get there. But like, I'm gonna have to go back there and try to get somebody to come and help because I don't know what else to do. But maybe let's wait first and see.
I think that sounds like a good plan. I have absolutely no idea. I don't necessarily want to be in this bakery in case all these other people show back up. But yeah, let me tie up Kerr and put him in the corner and make sure he's secure. And then yeah,
I could help push. I mean, he's really big, but I could like push him in the corner with you, and maybe together that would work.
yeah. Is there DM? Is there anything that we might see where we could potentially attach Kerr to the walls? Like any kind of a metal thing that's hanging from a wall or anything like that?
Yeah, there are a couple of actually, Olma, you saw behind that little display shelf that you were hiding behind. There are a couple of like metal rods secured into that display case that would seem pretty secure.
Okay, so I saw some rods over here. But I think we should probably tie him to himself and then tie himself to
I agree.
the bar.
I agree.
So
Let's do that, and then
I have grabbed like a hand. That's the only thing I can lift.
And I'm still really sore and still achy, and I'm just gonna grab kind of the rest and push him over to the corner, and secure him to himself the best we can, and then secure him to these rods.
And as you're dragging him over, his head is sort of dragging on the ground, and every once in a while it'll like hit an uneven piece of wood as it's going. It's boom, boom, boom. But you eventually get him over to the area where you'd like to tie him up.
While she's doing the tying, I'm gonna head back to the boys, and sit like cross-legged next to them, crisscross applesauce.
Kellic is not seated. He is leaning against the wall, gripping whatever kind of like the wood is sticking out, and like grasping his necklace.
I've grabbed. Then I won't go if he's not sitting with them. I would probably go over to him.
He would have. I would have allowed March to guide me wherever, but he wouldn't be comfortable sitting at this point.
So you would be next to them?
Yes, I would still be with them. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to reach up and touch. I guess I don't have to reach up. I'm going to reach over and touch Kellic's hand, and slide my small hand into his bigger hand, and pat the back of it with my other hand. And then I'm going to indicate that I am sitting. And I will sit and lean against his leg.
All right. Olma, what is this? What's going on?
I'm just going to tap his kneecap.
I'll sit.
I will grab his hand in his palm side, and I will
My right hand is still on my neck.
Okay, I will grab his other hand. Or
Right.
on his... You've sat down?
Yes.
Okay, so then on his thigh, by his kneecap, I will draw with my finger an O, and then a V, and then an E, and then an R. And then just tap again.
Over. But why? They have us right where they want us. Have you checked the outsides? Are they closing in?
I'll use my hand and write an N and an O. And then I will also say G-O-N-E.
Oh, how far? Where? And I'm reaching for my sickle with my. If I can get out of her hand with my left hand, I'm gonna try.
I'm not holding your hand. I'm writing it onto your leg.
All right. Yeah. Then I'm drawing my weapon.
If he starts to draw his weapon, I will just grab it and put it down.
Oh no, we're in danger.
I will write no on his leg.
How can you be sure?
I put his hands on my shoulder and shrug.
At your mercy, Alma.
I'll tap his thigh. And I'll just lean against his shoulder.
If you see anything, you touch my necklace, right? You pull on my necklace. And point me at it.
I'm leaning on his shoulder and I just nod my head so that he can feel it.
Right. And I'm just breathing very deeply. Kellic is shook.
I'm gonna take this second to try to get a short rest in also. So I'm going to just breathe and sit with them. And I'm going to make sure that they can all, like, feel a part of me. So, like, I have my leg out, so it's on Flynn. I've got, I'm leaning against Kellic, and then I've got my arm on Shreya's wing.
I'm still shaking, by the way. There are feathers coming out of me right and left as my thoughts are racing with, like, am I about to be sacrificed? What the hell is going on?
I'm just petting his wing. It's very soft.
I'm going to have finished tying up Kerr and attaching him, and I'd like to come over and sort of rejoin Olma and attempt to get a short rest in as well.
Okay.
Can we get those?
Yes, you can. And at the end of that short rest, Flynn, Shreya, and Kellic, almost like when you wake in the morning, how your eyes can't quite adjust at first, that's how it feels as your eyesight slowly comes back, and you can sort of feel this warmth in your eyes as you can see again after the span of over the course of about a minute. You can see, and then after that, your hearing begins to come back as you guys are fully restored, it seems, over time. Nice. As your guys' eyes begin to come to, you can see the couple of torches that are in this room are now beginning to fade as the light dims in this room. And you can see outside, it is almost pitch black as you guys are now pretty well into the night.
Can you see again?
Yeah, it's coming back.
Oh man. Lee. Hey. What happened? Where'd they go?
Are we all back? Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
There. Yes. Hello. It's you. Oh.
Is everyone standing?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, good.
How's everybody feeling?
Is Kerr still out?
Yes, Kerr still is knocked out.
Okay. So that was fun, huh?
Olma, March. I have to ask you. When we met you, March had crystals embedded in her shoulder. And from those crystals came one of these spirits. Do you know anything? What are they? What have we just come up against?
I'm gonna sort of just look at Olma and just say, I know we've said bits and pieces, but everything that just happened, we have to tell them everything.
What is everything? I don't know what these crystals are.
I mean, we don't know what they are, but we know that we were asked to steal them.
Is that what you were stealing?
I feel like
I wasn't there. I got distracted.
Flynn will like kind of calm his breathing a little bit. Maybe to start from the beginning. Just tell us what you know.
Okay. Well. First, can I just tell you what just happened? Because I feel like you might be.
Please.
I didn't kill Zergath. He's still around. So March was down, and I got really scared, and then I heard a noise from my corner where I was hiding, and that orc, the one with the big hole in its chest, the one we saw in the tent. Well, she came back. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
We didn't see she came back. We remember the wounded soldier.
Yeah, okay. So you didn't see it though, but okay. So she came back. through a purple door. And then she talked to the whatever is inside Zergath and called him away with her. And then they left together. And I guess you guys couldn't hear or see that. And I ran to March to try to help her. And then I just tried to get you all to realize that it was done for now. But they're all still out there, and there's a lot of crystals, and I'm really scared because there's so many crystals. And I pull the box that I had with at least one crystal in it. Did it have one or two?
Wait.
Do you mean the fake ones?
I just have the fake ones. I don't have the real ones. Okay.
Yes.
Good.
Shreya still has the originals.
Right.
I think we should figure out how to destroy those.
Why?
Because now I think they all have bodies in them. Or souls, or spirits, or something. And I think the orc lady can tell when they're awakened, and I don't know what that was, but Zergath has never been able to do any of those things,
Who
ever.
asked you to steal them, and where did you steal them from? We need to find the origin of these things if we want to understand how to destroy them.
Okay. So, well, what happened was, I found March, when I was just wandering alone, and I'm really good at like sneaking around and you know, like I snuck into the tomb and I did that for us and I'm really good at that. And so we connected with this group of people. I don't know how long. March, how long have you been with them?
Just briefly. I mean, it was briefly before I found, or before Olma found me.
So essentially, Kerr, who's the big one, and Zergath, who's the scary one. They're really bad dudes. But they're part of this, like, thieves community. They call it Hollow Guard. Have you ever heard of it?
DM, have I heard of Hollow Guard?
Yeah, have any of us?
I will have the rest of you guys make a history check.
Surely.
Ugh. 12.
Ooh. 21.
7.
What was that, Shreya?
That's a 7.
7. Shreya and Kellic doesn't really ring any bells. But Flynn, you have read about Hollow Guard a couple times. You know that it is a pretty much a thieves guild that runs out of primarily Kaldur. And you know it's got a couple of different branches. Seems very like secretive. A lot of things that are sort of similar to Ironlight in a lot of ways, but their goals could not be more different.
Do I know exactly how they handle their problems? Is that kind of why their goals are different, or do I know what their goals are?
Yeah. Whereas, I'd say like, you know, the Ironlight is obviously like monster hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Hollow Guard is very much a thieves guild.
Okay. So they are kind of what? Okay, I understand. Yeah, with the mention of it, I'll kind of nod. Yeah, I've heard of them. They're bad news.
Well, I mean, not always, right? I don't really know how it works. I wasn't there for very long before March and I found you guys. But all I did was help get inside, and I would collect things like air is the one who they said wasn't with us anymore, that he died. He was kind of like the one who got the commands from Hologuard, and like he just told us little bits of things like, oh, we gotta go here and we gotta collect this thing, and that's kind of all I knew. And everybody does things a little bit differently, right? Like, I pretty much just would get in and get out and make sure everyone make sure that if we came across anything bad, I was there to help. But I really, really just stuck to the in and out and grab the things.
Marge, do you know any more? You've just got bits and pieces here? Is that true?
Well, we were in Blackpool, I know that, and we were collecting an artifact from a warehouse. But I don't know if they ever found the artifact because I got distracted. The artifact was going to Light Grove. I don't know what it was, and honestly, Kellic, I know you're part of the war front. I don't know if it was for that or not. I don't really know anything.
What does the artifact have to do with these crystals? Is it one and the same? Did you find the crystals on the way to the artifact? I'm confused.
Marge, do you know if the artifact was the crystals?
I was under the assumption that it was one and the same. What I wasn't under the assumption was that when I opened the box to verify that that's what it was meant to be, that suddenly there would be an explosion. I still don't know if this artifact, crystal, whatever you want to call it, is what caused that, or if something else happened in that moment.
I don't think the crystals cause explosions.
I think there may have been something else that caused it, but...
Yeah! There was something else. Mm-hmm.
Olma?
Mm-hmm.
I know that tone. You and I were separated during this.
Uh-huh.
What happened?
Well, and I looked to Shreya. I got distracted, and I don't really remember what happened because I hit my head in the explosion, but I do remember that the warehouse had a lot of crazy things inside of it, and I like look up and I peek up at Shreya, and one of them kind of looked like Shreya, and it was in a cage, and she just looked so sad, and I just wanted to help her. I just wanted to get her out, and I tried, and I couldn't open the lock, and usually I'm good at that, but I couldn't open it, and so I tried to I tried to open it and like use some of the spells that I have. But
you blew up the cage to free the Aracock.
I don't think I blew up the cage. I think I blew up everything.
Right.
Are you saying that?
All right, I feel for you, Olma, and sounds like maybe you owe March an apology. But we have to keep focused on the matters at hand, right? The crystals we don't understand the origins of. We need to learn how to destroy them, or at least how to prevent more, I don't know, unspeakable creatures, unspeakable entities emerging from them and possessing bodies, alive or dead.
This being that you said looked like me, there aren't many of my brethren that belong to this world. What did this being look like?
Well, I don't remember a lot, and I'm kind of confused if now I'm remembering the flames or her, but she was kind of gold, but that could have just been me remembering the flames, she had really, really big wings like you. And I think she was gold or brown, but that could just be the fire.
Let me get this straight. You used...
She had really long hair.
Long hair, golden...
It was white, I think.
Were you engaged in trying to keep her captive as well? Am I to understand you were a part of this band of thieves?
No. We were breaking into the warehouse. We didn't own the warehouse.
Oh, right.
I was trying to get her out.
Whose warehouse was it? Who was storing this bird and these crystals?
We don't really get told those things because it's only air, but DM, do I remember any symbols that I saw anywhere?
Make an Arcana check.
16.
16. Yes, actually, you do. On the box that you, the original box, it was like there was this cage inside of a box, and once you ripped that box open, it revealed the cage with the creature inside. On the outside of the box, there was a like this brand, sort of burned into the side of the box, into the wood. And it was the head of a badger.
Yeah. I don't know who owned the warehouse, but it was like an animal. I remember a symbol on the box that was holding her. And it was like an animal, like, like small furry creature.
A house cat.
No. Like
a rodent.
Kind of like a rodent, but bigger.
A common weasel.
Oh, what's it called? No, kind of like that, but bigger.
A dog.
What do they do?
Ferret.
A possum.
No. It has
Raccoon.
And they attack.
A wolverine.
That's a good one. That's probably what it is.
No, it's not that. A badger. Yeah, it was a badger. Yeah.
Badger. That was my next guess.
Yeah.
Are you saying a badger leads this gang of thieves?
No,
Try it.
I
It's
don't
a
think
symbol.
so.
A symbol of a badger.
No.
Does anyone... Flynn, do you know anything of a symbol like that?
I'm not sure. DM.
You can make a history
Sure.
check.
I mean, I don't know. So essentially, from what I'm understanding, is y'all were part of this guild and then tracked the crystals to this warehouse, which was not affiliated with the guild. And then in this warehouse, there was a prisoner, the crystals, this symbol of a badger, and then explosion. You guys were separated. Okay.
Correct.
Not too great. Let me see. Hold on. I was adding notes and stuff, so let me just scroll over. Ooh, history, you said?
Yeah.
Only an 8.
Not ringing any bells.
Would Kerr know any of this? Sorry, Flynn. Go
I
ahead.
can't say that I do. Maybe we can ask. I would say that we could ask the collective, but honestly, they want y'all too. I don't know if it's safe to go back there right now. Maybe we just leave the city?
One thing at a time. Would Kerr know any of this information, or is the only person with any of it dead? Air.
March, do you know?
Air tended to keep things to himself. He used Kerr as more of muscle, and I'm sure we could attempt to wake him, but no, I don't. I wouldn't.
Where would Air have died?
In the warehouse is what they said.
Yeah, and the explosion is what it sounded like.
Well, if the body still exists, there is magic that might be able to extract answers from him.
They probably
But-
got rid of all the evidence.
I don't know.
It's been some time, but
I
Yeah.
mean, maybe if we go there, though, we'd be able to find out what...
Yeah.
What... who owned the warehouse?
Was the warehouse
And where the crystals
in
came from?
Caldor or Ondale?
It was in Blackpool.
DM, do I know where Blackpool is?
Yeah, actually, you would, because
I need to keep this map up always.
Cold Crest is just on the side of Ondale, and Blackpool, like if that river, there's a river that sort of defines the border of Ondale and Caldor. It's almost as if Blackpool is on the other side of the street to Cold Crest if the river was the street.
Okay.
So it's just on the other side of Cold Crest in Caldor.
And that's where this warehouse resides, is in Blackpool,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got on the boat in Blackpool and just stayed on the boat, and then we met you. That's why we were all
We aren't
tired.
bad people. We just had nowhere really to be or go. And once you're kind of in with Aaron, Kerr, and Zergath, it's you just don't leave the way that we did. I mean, you can see how things happened in a way, but
They're
Yeah.
real charmers. I'd want to spend lots of time around
Just to
They're
be
not.
sure.
They're not good people.
no.
March and I would try to get our goals. Like, we would try to do what we could and avoid them getting involved. But sometimes it wasn't helpful. I mean, yeah. And I just like staring off into the distance, remembering moments from when March and I have tried to, incapacitate or smooth talk our way into things, and then Kerr and Zergath showing up.
Shreya, how many crystals do you have there? 3?
Yes, they certainly seem to be caught up in the influence of these.
And I'm going to take out the crystals and look back at them with a little bit more hesitation this time. But are they, DM, do they seem different at all from any other previous time I've looked at them?
They don't look any
They
different. No.
Was there also was there a glimpse of the purple portal that opened before we all went blind and deaf? Like, did we see anything?
Yeah, just very briefly, you caught, just out of the corner of your eye, you saw this whiff of purple smoke. You didn't actually see the door appear in time, but you saw this purple smoke begin to apparate in the corner before you.
Does that
went blind.
color match the color of the crystals?
No,
Okay.
it does not.
And I'm going to hold up. I'm going to hold up the crystals and say,
These seem to be connected to whatever magic might be at work here.
I wonder if there's some correlation to the graves that we found in the Tomb of the Red Wolf and these crystals. There are 3 crystals, 2 walking spirits that have inhabited bodies. So that's 5. There were 4 graves and the grave of the Red Wolf in that tomb. It could be coincidence that those are the things we've come across here. But I'm not ready to rule anything out yet.
I believe you guys have 2 crystals in your possession, if I'm not wrong.
Oh, is it 2? All right.
You have 2. Yeah, there were originally 3, but then one of them burst
broke.
to become the half-orc.
How many
Got it.
did Zergath have in him?
He had 3. One was in his neck that then shattered. Now he has 2. One is sort of in his cheek underneath his eye, and one is up in his temple.
So we have seen 6 crystals total.
Correct.
March, when you opened the box, do you remember how many crystals were in there?
I don't, but if I recall, this is where I get confused. If I recall, I thought it was one piece. I thought it was all one thing. I don't understand why there's multiple bits. It seems as though whenever this explosion occurred, they all scattered around, and perhaps that's how the 3 went into my shoulder.
So it was just one big crystal, and then these are just shards?
But they appear to have different personalities. I mean, all malicious and awful in their own right, but...
Is it possible that they're not different? That it is all one person and they're trying to collect all the pieces of themselves?
Who would have this information?
Well, I don't want them anymore, as nice as they are to look at. Recent events have turned them cold toward me, and I sort of thrust the box out. And then I say, someone else take them, please.
Oh.
I can take them. We started this. We know that you guys have no intention, no need. We practically dragged you into it, so I would be happy to hold those. Thank you for holding them up until now, Shreya.
But, what do we do with him? I nod my head towards Kerr.
I kind of think... Sorry, there were crystals in him?
No.
There's
not in Kerr. In Zergath there were. And Zergath
Not
went
in
through
Kerr.
the door.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, do we think we can get some information?
It's worth asking him.
If not, we can just take him to, the guards in the city and just leave him there. I feel like if we let him go, he's going to join the group again, and then we'll have to deal with him later. But if we put him in jail, maybe, it's a way to keep him from being a problem.
Maybe I just say he attacked me?
Yeah.
I'm pretty, I still have some blood and stuff from the dagger, so maybe we just say that and
I mean, you can lead with the truth. They kidnapped a fishmonger.
That's true. But
Either way,
we don't have James anymore to prove that, and I don't want to interrupt his life. I mean,
well, let's
you could say he kidnapped me.
Let's wake him up, ask questions, knock him back out, and then take him to the jail unconscious, and then he won't be able to rebut any of this.
I just think, should we maybe do that in the morning? It's really late, and I'm really
I don't know
tired.
How long he's going to be.
We can keep watch over him.
Yeah, and you can just bang him on the head again.
Yeah. That was pretty satisfying.
I just think maybe we should just hunker down here and talk in the morning.
Maybe do it downstairs though, right?
You want to drag him downstairs?
I can't, but I think being downstairs would be better than being upstairs.
I agree. I just, he's already tied up.
March is pretty strong.
He's big.
Speaking of that, March, so you guys aren't mother and daughter?
March and me?
Yeah, kind of.
No.
Okay.
I don't. What? I don't look like her.
And I turn to Kellic and try you guys don't get this.
This is.
I'm just looking at him befuddled.
All right. I mean, okay, maybe, okay. I guess I'm just crazy. I'm gonna go downstairs.
One of them has green hair, Flynn.
Okay, I don't judge. Adoption's a thing, Kellic. Gosh.
I mean,
so birth human children. What did you think?
Well, technically, there's some human blood in the genome.
I mean, when the
so
children
if you were to mate with another human, then you could, in theory,
they're already bigger than Olma when they come out.
A child that would appear human.
Kellic, she's 9. Shh.
I'm not 9. I'm not 9.
She knows how the world works.
Okay.
Marge is just my friend. And she was helping me find my other friend. And I was just helping the group.
It strikes me as odd that we would rest in an abandoned building when we're in the middle of the city, but I can't deny the logic of taking the night to gather our strength.
Honestly, I think it's the safest thing, especially if my collective is looking for y'all. I think hiding away is the best chance. Also, how old are you then?
I'm sorry?
How old are you?
Me?
Yes.
I'm 12.
Oh, okay.
I'm not 9, okay?
There is a big difference there, for sure. Definitely.
Gosh. I think I'm a baby over here.
I'm looking
Do
up
I
at
look
her.
like I'm 9?
Sometimes you act like it.
I'm gonna stand up and look down at him because I'm bigger than you. Yeah, tell me about it when we look like we're little.
March, Shreya, will you help me move this beast to the basement? I'm gesturing to Kerr.
I shove past Flynn with my shoulder.
Olma, there's nothing wrong with being short on years. I myself am only 3 years old, but I have lived a large deal of life in that time.
You've only been alive for 3 years?
Yes. My time in my homeland, and then leaving my homeland and bringing me here. It's been an interesting ride.
Are your years the same length as my years?
Perhaps. Human years might be different.
How many seasons counts as a year for you, Shreya?
Well, in the plane of air where my people come from,
Here we go.
there are many seasons stacked on top of each other.
I regret asking.
You're from a different plane?
Well, I'm told I don't have many memories of them, but I'm told that I come from a place where there's a convergence of currents of wind and energy, and it is where my ancestors are from originally.
Wow.
I'm just individually trying to move Kerr now.
So you've only...
I'm going to come over and help Kayla.
So you've only been here for 3 years?
Yes.
Wow. So you could be like 1,000 years old and you would never know.
I'm not sure the measurements that the beings of this plane refer to as time. I couldn't cast my own memory back into that place and use the same metrics.
Wow. I still don't think you're 3. You're too big to be 3.
Well, judging by the moons that I've recorded since I've been in this place, I believe, and my own calculations could be wrong, I'm still learning many of the conventions of this place. I believe it's 3.
Okay, so you're 3 Earth years, but you came from somewhere and you lived before then, so that should count too. Even if you can't remember it.
Sure, but my memory of that is hazy at best.
So 3 memory years.
Yes.
Wow.
We're going to go downstairs now in case we wanted to potentially continue this conversation down yonder.
Okay.
All right, as you guys drag Kerr's body down the stairs, his head hits every stair on the way down. Doom, 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 doom. And finally, you guys reach the bottom of the stairs in this little basement area. As you guys look around, now Flynn, Shreya, and Kellic seeing this space for the first time, you look around and you can see this was probably where most of the things in this bakery were baked. Off in the far corner, you can see a extremely broken down oven. And off in the other corner, you can see like this iron furnace that is just rusted and completely gone to hell. And it is it's warm and it is damp and it is humid down here. But there are 4 secure walls and only 1 entrance and exit.
Right. Well, we're officially roughing it. And I'll start to, unroll a bedroll in the corner.
Same. I'll start getting ready for bed.
Is there anywhere visible down here to secure Kerr again?
Yeah. So there are a couple of like large pieces of like bakery equipment that you would definitely be able to tie him to.
Okay. I'd like to redo kind of all the knots. Again, make sure he's tied to himself, and then tie him to the largest sort of equipment item I can find that I feel secure that he is secured to.
Cool. All right. And as you guys are getting ready to bed down for the night, do you guys want to be taking watches? How do you guys want to take this long rest?
Definitely. I think watches are a good idea.
Yeah. To look after Kerr and also to just watch the entrance.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty hurt, so I probably won't do a last watch. How do you guys want to do the order?
I can do a first watch.
Okay.
I'll do second.
I'll do the first watch alone because I think with all the bangs that Kerr has had to his head, he's probably not going to wake up in the first watch. So maybe there should be 2 in the second watch just in case.
That's sensible.
Okay. Night.
Yeah. I'll go to sleep now so that I'm more useful when I'm awake.
Okay. And as you guys get yourself secured with Kerr all tied up, you guys close the door behind you to this cellar. It is very dark down here, and you guys finally begin your rest. And as you guys are beginning your rest, that is where we're going to end today's session.
Oh, man.
We're going to cut it right there.
Insane.
That was a lot of fun.
Stressful.
I hope you guys had fun playing that. But that is where we're going to end. So I want to say thank you all so much for listening, and we can't wait to see you all again next week. Bye, nerds.
Bye, nerds.
Bye.
Nerds.
Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to that episode of Venture Forth. We had a lot of fun making it, so I hope you guys had fun listening to it. We mentioned the map of Elbor quite a bit in that episode, and we have the full map of Elbor, a high-quality version that you guys can look at, go and explore, and see where these guys are adventuring within the world. We have that for free over on our Patreon. So go over to our Patreon, patreon.com/ventureforthdnd to go check it out. Like I said, it's totally free. It's a high-quality version, so you can zoom in and out and sort of track where these guys are going and explore the world at large. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we can't wait to see you all again next week.